describe the motion. Take this paper, cut it out, cut off the border, cut out every rectangle, glue them in this order, but you're going to glue only the left edge down. We want to be able to fold these back to be able to write behind them. Okay? Alright, so we have here a motion. Dun, dun, dun. Described. So the stickman, as you saw in the video that we watched, okay? That video with the stickman and the physics kid running home to watch Galaxy Wars. Alright, if you haven't watched that video, ideally you'd watch that before you get this lecture, but if not, you can still follow along. So, the motion of this person right here. How would we describe that motion looking at what you see here?
Constant acceleration. Constant velocity.
Which one is it? Alright, we've got a constant velocity. So behind that, right, constant velocity. Now, let's just skip ahead to the next one at this moment. How would you describe that motion? It is also constant velocity. Now, are they identical motions? No. So what's different? Okay, one's walking, one's sprinting. Okay, so ultimately they're both a constant velocity. This one is going slow, and this one we'll say is going fast. An essential difference between the two. Okay. Is there anything else that's different?
Isn't it the measurement of the distance?
Okay. So, on this one, the slower one, we have a shorter distance or displacement, however you kind of want to perceive it. Shorter distance or displacement traveled. Alright. This one. Alright, so we have a short displacement on that one. This one definitely went further. So here we have a longer distance / displacement traveled. Now, one more thing that they actually hold in common, but is part of their description. If we're talking about constant velocity, velocity is more than just whether it's going slow or fast. Velocity includes speed and direction. Okay, so moving from the left to the right, this is going in a positive direction. Moving to the right. Alright, this one's going in a negative direction. Oh, positive or negative direction. Alright, moving in a positive direction. This one as well is moving in a positive direction. They're both moving in the same direction. Okay, so that's the first two. Our two constant velocities, fast and slow. Everyone have that written down? Okay. Now, let's look at the third one. Looking at the third one, carefully observe this one. First, we have at rest, then slow walking, then we've got kind of a jog, maybe, and here we've got sprinting. Okay, so if you're going from rest to walk to jog to sprint, what's happening? All right. Accelerating. Accelerating. So, when you are accelerating, describe for me what is happening to the velocity. All right, your velocity or the speed here is increasing. All right, let's look at the fourth one. How does it start off? Sprinting, then jogging, then walking, and then arrest. So, decelerating. What is happening to the velocity of the person as they decelerate? Your velocity, your speed is decreasing. Now, let's do a little bit of comparison. Let's looking at these. Look at the displacement every second. So here's displacement during the first second, displacement during the next second, and displacement during the last second. How can you describe what's happening there to the displacements? All right. The displacement, if you're accelerating, the displacement increases every second. The displacement increases every second.
Just counting my...
Okay. All right. If you are decelerating, as in this last one, what happens to displacement as the seconds go by? All right. So our displacement every second decreases. Now, one last little note worth putting in here. When we're talking about accelerating versus decelerating, in reality, they're kind of the same thing. The only real difference is that decelerating is just a negative value. So decelerating is negative accelerating, or negative acceleration. Okay? So that's an important note to make there. Acceleration, deceleration. Decelerating is actually just negative acceleration. Okay? So when you're looking at it mathematically, you just put a negative sign in front of it and now it's decelerating. You put a positive sign in front of it and it's accelerating. Okay? That's basically what I'm talking about when I'm discussing describe the motion. Okay? So if ever I ask you on a quiz, describe the motion, I am looking for an answer like constant velocity. I might want you to tell me whether it's fast or slow or even what direction it's going. I'm also going to want to know whether it's accelerating or decelerating. You can even put down negative accelerating if you'd like. Okay? So, when I'm asking you describe the motion, another option would be at rest. Okay? So, does that make sense? When I ask you to describe the motion, these are the descriptions I'm looking for. Fair enough? Okay.